Hey guys, be sure to press like and subscribe. We got a little bit of wind going on here today, so you might hear a little bit of wind in the background. But today I want to talk about triggered expats. You know, we've been talking about expats for months now, about some of the attitudes of some of the expats over here. Most of the expats are pretty decent, but it's just that small percentage over here that you got to worry about. But one thing I notice from being a vlogger over here is that you run into a lot of these people online too, and they continually attack you, and they try to bring their politics and their issues into your page sometimes. And I had a vlogger the other day on here, and he was he happened to be from Massachusetts also. And what happened was, he gave me this big history lesson about the United States and, you know, freedom of speech and all this stuff. And I guess he felt that my vlog was the United States because he felt like his freedom of speech carried into my vlog. And I don't live in the United States anymore. You know, that's one reason why I left. Not because of the freedom of speech, but because of the political strife in the United States. And I don't want to get too much into politics here. If anything, it's anti-politics. But anyway, he gave me this big, deep history lesson about, you know, freedom of speech and me being from Massachusetts, the cradle of America, or whatever, you know, whatever he was trying to get at there. He just kept like pushing this stuff upon me that I should let everybody's comments on my channel, because I took off every so often. If something is gonna set off my channel, and what I mean by set off, it's like I know I get a lot of people that try to swear, or they try to get people going, or get the channel riled up or something, or people riled up. I take that off there because that's not what my channel is about. My channel is about information, getting information out there, helping people, and you know, treating people decent. And I try not to bring all that expat garbage in on my channel, because a lot of people try to bring that onto the channel, and I just don't bring it. There's a lot of stuff that gets taken off. Probably like about a little bit less than 1%, probably 1 out of every 100 comments gets taken down for one reason or another, either vile language or racist comments. I've had people come on and try to use derogatory words for Filipinos or whatever. I don't like that, so I'm not going to let it on my channel, you know, and I'm not going to let things like that on my channel, because then people feel free enough that they're all going to start doing it, all the people that like doing stuff like that. So if I don't allow it, it stops it, and it keeps those type of people off my channel. So that's why I do that, you know. But I notice that a lot of Westerners have trigger words, and sometimes I'll do a vlog and I get these triggered idiots on here, and they just go off. They just start venting and spew their garbage, and I'm not going to put that garbage on my channel. You know, it's like little words are trigger words with everybody in Western culture nowadays. It's not just the United States; it's Canada, it's the UK, it's Australia, and it just gets a little bit out of control sometimes. And I know everybody has trigger words sometimes. I realize that, you know, some things just bother people. But I notice Westerners have that more so. It's really bad. Sometimes it can just be hi. Yeah. Like I was telling you the other day when I was walking through the mall a while back, I said hi to an expat. He said, "I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to talk about." You know, we talked about that. I mean, that's how we're getting in the United States now, and in a lot of Western countries, is that people are triggered really easy. And that's why I tell people, leave all that crap back there. Don't bring it over here, because I don't want to live with that over here. I come over here to get away from that. But people tend to bring it over here, and you kind of got to put up with a certain amount of it over here. And fortunately, a lot of it, I can just, when I'm dealing with it on my vlog, I can just kind of shove it away and just say, you know, I'm not going to get into that. You know, I can delete it or whatever. And I don't like to invite that onto my channel. And a lot of people are used to going on to some of these other channels where they can spew. Okay? And my channel, I try to keep it clean. You know, I don't want to drag out girls on my channel. I just want to give you guys good information. That's what my channel is about. I know I could get more views by dragging girls on my channel and stuff like that. I know I could get, and I could turn it totally into a man's channel with, talking about dating and, going to the bars and stuff. That's not my thing. My thing is about helping expats get over here and telling expats the best, what I think is the best way. And you can listen to me or not. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to teach you. I'm just trying to, inform you of the best, what I think is the best ways. And you can either disagree with me or agree with me. It's up to you. I mean, most of the stuff that I put on here is pretty informative. I want you to see what it's really like to live over here. And part of that is dealing with crappy expats sometimes, and like I said, the majority of people over here are pretty decent. We get a good bunch of people over here for the most part, but it's at like 10% or whatever it is, and they're really hardcore sometimes, and they're very vile. I mean, I remember having this guy over at my house one time, and he brought a friend, and the guy was so racist. Fortunately, they didn't stay too long. Otherwise, I would have asked them both to leave. And the guy just kept spewing. He wasn't just racist; he was an anti-Semite too. And just spewing. And it's just like, after a while, I felt like going in the bathroom and throwing up. It was so bad, But that's not me, And I don't like to deal with that on my page, and I'm not going to let it on my page, But one of the things I notice here is like the trigger words. There's certain trigger words that trigger a lot of people. And people need to learn to get over that stuff, man. Because those trigger words are a Western thing. It's kind of an American thing mostly. America's going through some tough times today. And like I was talking about with this guy that was trying to tell me what to do, and give me about the freedom of speech riot act, I guess you could call it. And the guy was obviously a right winger, and I'm a right winger too, but he was trying to put me down. And I have my views, he has his views. I guess he thought that a vlog has you should have freedom of speech on a vlog, and a vlog is run by I'm the moderator. I'm also the person that runs the channel, and if I want to keep my channel clean, I'm going to keep it clean, and that's just the way I feel. And I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with me too. That you don't want to go to some people want to go to other channels. If you want to say what you want to say, go to the other channels. There's a lot of other channels out there, But I mean, I don't want people spewing garbage on my channel just because they want to spew garbage on my channel. We get some expats here when they get triggered, they just get downright nasty. And by that I mean they'll attack you. They'll throw out your links on your page or whatever, and throw it out in different places with all kinds of vile stuff on there. I've seen that. I've seen some people attacking some people that I recommend publicly. Things like that. We've had a pastor on here, a pastor from the UK. His last name is Gallagher. That's all I'll say. Guy wants to attack people on here, and he was trying to get me in an email to try to attack government officials over here. I won't do that, because you know why? You'll get blacklisted, and this guy's probably on his way to getting blacklisted over here now for what he's doing, because he's doing stupid things over here. So I mean, if this guy here is in here now, or if he's back home and he has a visa to go back and forth, this guy's going to get blacklisted. And I believe he has a SRRV visa too. And I hope to God the guy does get blacklisted, because he deserves it, because he's dragging people into his crap, putting down the government and putting down things, the PRA officials and stuff like that. And that's one thing you don't do over here. If there's one thing I can teach you, is don't attack government officials over here unless you want to get blacklisted. And the other thing is, the people that are attacking the PRA don't understand, the Philippine Retirement Authority, they don't understand this, is that's run basically kind of by the Bureau of Immigration over here, and it's also run by the government. They have to follow certain guidelines. So it's not the PRA that's the issue here. It's the other government entities. They're being told by those entities, and that's the way it works here. It's just the way it is. But you don't attack these people. You don't. That's a no-no over here. You know, like you don't attack government officials. In fact, you can get like it says there's a law out that just passed. If you go off on a customs official or a Bureau of Immigration official, they can have you blacklisted and sent out of the country right away. All they have to do is fill out a document and poof, you're gone. And good luck getting back in after that one. You know, so for you triggered expats there that want to go after people, be aware. You know. So I mean, I'm just saying, you know, and those are the people I don't want to see come in here. You know, so when I ban somebody from my page from commenting or something like that, those are exactly the people that I don't want to see come in here sometimes, because those are the people that are going to cause the most issues for us expats too. Because then they'll start changing laws over here or something because of some triggered expat that went off on somebody. We don't need that over here, guys. You know? Don't bring that crap over here with you. You know? Because there's so many good things over here and things that we can do. Life is not perfect over here. Dealing with the government can be tough over here, but don't be triggered by them. You know, because you're setting yourself up for being, you know, deported and blacklisted. You know, but a lot of expats do stupid stuff over here. They just don't think. They don't think at all, you know. You know, I've had people over here. I had one guy, he actually two people tried doing this to me. They tried to post my exact location. And how they found that out, God only knows. But they found my exact location and they tried to post it on a map, like the GPS coordinates and stuff like that. And they tried doing it on my page. I'm like, you know, like, man, these people are doing some detective work around here, you know, like, but, you know, like they're trying to dox me and stuff, like with different stuff, you know, like that's how bad it can be. That's how vile and sick some of these expats can be over here, you know. And like I said, the majority of expats are good, decent people, but these are the people I want you new expats, and even some, you know, you newer expats that are in country right now, to be aware of and be careful of. There's some dangerous expats here. Some of these people are running from the law, or they're running from something in the United States. They didn't come over here because they wanted to retire, like most of us. They come over here because they're running away from something. They did something wrong. And these people got nothing to lose. You know, and there's some scary characters over here, you know. I mean, I remember when JLB one time was walking down the street, and I think he later on pointed out that these guys were like Australians or something like that were in the background, and they ended up being like on a 60 Minutes thing or something like that for ripping off people, and they were a bunch of bad dudes, you know. I'm sure those are the people that you really want to stay away from, you know, because you don't know what these people are going to pull. They got nothing to lose. You know, they're over here scamming people back in Australia and stuff like that from the Philippines. That's what they were doing, these guys. And they're not the only ones that are over here doing stuff like that. There's a lot of expats over there that do weird stuff. I mean, we got like I said, we got the fake Navy SEALs, the fake veterans over here. We got a bunch of them over here too. You know, and they're not just from the United States. You know, we got some from Canada too. You know, we got some from Australia too. You know, and from other countries. They tell you that they were vets, but when you start talking to them, they just don't have the normal terminology or they don't know a lot of military things. They just don't. They just don't have that, and they just don't fit into like that category. Like most veterans have short hair. So if you see like a veteran with longer hair, and sometimes some veterans do, but majority of them have it, you know, like me. You know, they have shorter hair. You could tell a veteran usually just from looking at them, and their demeanor and everything too is different. You know, and a lot of these expats over here are just plain liars. You know, but I just thought it'd be something interesting to talk about today, guys. You know, just be aware, you know. And if you are one of those easily triggered expats, I recommend you let some of that go, you know, because if you're so easily triggered, you don't deserve to be over here, and we don't want you over here. But if you can fix it, bring it, you know, because this is a good, comfortable place to be, guys. You know, I know we got some guys on. We had a guy on here the other day. He kind of admitted that he I wouldn't say he was a triggered expat. He basically admitted he had some issues, but he says he doesn't take it out on other people. And you know, I was like, wow, I respect somebody like that. At least he can admit it. You know, I have a lot of respect for that guy. You know, for saying something like that. That's unusual for somebody to admit something like that. Very few people can do that. You know, but you know, sometimes we need, as people, we need to look inward and say, well, how can I correct myself? And I try to look at myself every day and try to correct myself a little bit every day. I'm not perfect. I can be triggered sometimes too, and often it's by expats. You know, and it's usually rightfully so. Though there's a difference between being triggered over nothing and triggered over something that's right. You know, that you should be triggered by. There's two different types of being triggered. There's for the right thing and for just over nothing. And some expats over here get triggered over nothing. I've seen people that you get, everything's an argument. Everything you say is an argument. And me as a retiree, I don't need that. I don't think anybody that wants to come over here and retire wants to deal with some dickhead expat basically that's like that gets triggered over everything you say, or somebody that's trying to force you to be more like them, or to be a certain way because they don't agree with your lifestyle. There's a lot of those types of expats over here too. We run into them all the time, you know, and I run into a lot in my comment section, and they're telling me how to run my channel or whatever, and you know, it's my channel and I want to keep it clean. And you know, some people accuse me of censorship and stuff like that. I don't consider that censorship. I think it's more of, you know, you're invited into my channel, but you have to follow by the rules. Just like anywhere else. If you go on a radio station, you say certain things, they're going to kick you off. You know, especially if it's vile. And that's just common sense. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show, guys.